you to the West Valley City Council meeting this evening. Let the roll call show that all members of the council are present and accounted for. And tonight we have Councilmember Karen Lang, who is in charge of this evening's opening ceremony. Councilmember.
Yes, and I would like to turn the time over to Troop 488, and they're going to do our flag ceremony.
Color guard attention. Color guard forward march. Please repeat the pledge of allegiance. Post go. Present the colors. Please repeat the pledge of allegiance with me. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard post the colors. Color guard dismissed. Please sit down.
Thank you. I was hoping Councilmember Lang would sing the national anthem at some point in that, but maybe next time. Well done, Scouts. Great to have you here. And next item on the agenda is special recognitions, where we do acknowledge the Scouts that are with us. So can the senior patrol leader of that group please come up to the microphone and introduce your troop and let us know what school you go to and what badge you're working on this evening, if any.
We're troop 488 and 648 for the varsity. So I go to Granger, and we're working on the 3 citizenships and badges.
Great. Welcome. Good to have the good Scouts with us. Thank you.
Yep.
Let's see. Any other Scout groups out here today not part of that group? Okay, good. So you're all part of them. By way of special recognitions, I just want to note that it is Election Day, and the polls are open till 8 p.m. So for all those in the audience 18 and older, if you have not yet voted, please do so. These municipal races are very close. And we want to acknowledge the candidates that are in the room this evening running for the mayor post. We have Councilmember Karen Lang in attendance. We welcome her, who obviously is part of this group and here every week. For the at-large council seat, we notice Mr. Lars Northbelt in the audience tonight, who's campaigning for the at-large council seat. For District 2, we have Steve Bueller with us tonight, who sits on the dais. And for District 4, we have Steve Vincent. So we welcome all those candidates who are with us on this special election day and encourage everyone to vote. Item number 5 is the minutes. We have the minutes of October 15th and 22nd for your consideration, Council.
Move for approval of the minutes of October 15th and October 22nd.
Second.
Okay, thank you both. Any discussion of those minutes? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Those are approved. We have item 6A, which is a special proclamation this evening, and I will be reading that. This is a proclamation declaring November 10th through November 16, 2013 as National Elevator Escalator Safety Awareness Week in West Valley City. Whereas that said week has been declared Elevator Escalator Safety Awareness Week by the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation, and whereas the purpose of this declaration is to increase public awareness of being safe on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways, whereas West Valley City supports this safety goal, and whereas this endeavor is worthy of support and cooperation, and whereas the elevator business has had its ups and downs, and we consider awareness an opportunity to acknowledge the ups, Now therefore be it resolved that as Mayor Mike Winder and the City Council, we hereby declare this upcoming week as National Elevator Escalator Safety Awareness Week and encourage everybody to be especially safe around such devices. Thank you. We have Ordinance 1343 to consider this evening. Mr. Pyle, if you could introduce that one, please. Actually, I'm sorry. My electronic meeting hadn't downloaded that proclamation correctly, so I had to go to the study meeting last week. So, back to this meeting. No, hold on. Please stand by for technical. There we go. Okay, now we come to item 7, which is our comment period. There's no one that's signed up to speak in this comment period. Is there anyone in the public who's come to speak today on any item? Okay, then we'll go to 7B, the city manager comments. Any comments tonight, Mr. Pyle?
No, sir, thanks.
Okay, 7C, city council comments. Any comments from the council tonight, for the record? Well, I have one. We were honored as a city recently to be honored by Governor Herbert's office as being one of the most business-friendly communities in the state. And there is a certificate they sent, which has been given to our Community and Economic Development Director, which she says she will frame up in that Economic Development Office. But I wanted to read a letter that came from Congressman Chris Stewart this week into the record. Dear Mike, I'd like to offer my sincere congratulations on West Valley City's recent accomplishment of achieving Governor Herbert's business-friendly community recognition. As you know, Utah is consistently ranked as one of the best or the best state to own or operate a business in. I am certain that this is due in large part to your and other cities' efforts. There are many in our nation who could benefit from the steps that you took to reduce regulations that unduly harm businesses and promote growth in your community. Again, congratulations on meeting this goal. Please let me know if there's anything I can do for you in the future. Sincerely, Chris Stewart, Member of Congress. So that's from our good congressman acknowledging our business-friendly efforts that were recently acknowledged by Governor Herbert as well. And I'll pass this letter down to Mr. Pyle. He can keep it with, maybe put it with the Economic Development Department's certificate there or something.
Will do, thank you.
Item 8 tonight is the ordinance. We only have one on tonight's agenda. Mr. Pyle, if you could please introduce this item.
Thank you, sir. Back in 2001, we organized our stormwater utility, and along with that, we organized what we call the Stormwater Advisory Board. And at the time, that was created for the purpose of both educating the public, the business community, the residents about the need for, the purpose of, and how we were going to build and conduct this stormwater utility. Over the years, the initial needs and purposes of that construction and that creation of that entity have been completed, and we are proposing at this time that we no longer need the Stormwater Advisory Board itself in the form that it's currently constituted. There will still be educational needs and information pushed out to the public, but we can accomplish that in different ways. So we're proposing at this time that we eliminate the Stormwater Advisory Board.
Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion or motion on this item? And I'll just say while we're pondering that to the scouts, every item on tonight's agenda we consider the previous week in our study meeting, and so we have an opportunity to think about these things and ask questions for at least a week before actually voting on it. So with that said, council, any motions here?
Mayor, I'll move for approval of ordinance 13-43.
Second.
Okay, thank you both. Any further discussion?
I'll just make a comment. We had our public comment period a few months ago. We had somebody come here and say, basically to the effect that, you guys are passing ordinances every week and the ordinances pile up and there's just more and more and more. And this is a good opportunity to, when we outgrow them or move past them, that, we do the right thing and take it off the books and, move on. And so I guess for those that it's getting late in the game to, campaign on things, you can, campaign and say that you're eliminating ordinances that are no longer necessary in the city.
And yet we're passing an ordinance to do this.
Oh, the irony.
In the interest of smaller government and so forth. And look who's coming, Corey.
We'd like to welcome Emily Rushton into the chambers this evening. All right. So we did have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The Stormwater Advisory Board is hereby washed away. Resolution 13-153, Mr. Pyle.
Thank you, sir. Although the advisory board goes away, the stormwater utility projects continue on, and a successful entity it has been. So in this resolution, we'd like to award the contract for a pipe rehabilitation project at 40th West. This is one that has given us fits for a number of years. We have a collapsed line over there on the west side of 40th West, and because it was a collapsed line and because it lay under a sidewalk over there, we were potentially facing a very expensive way of replacing that line. We went out and did a request for proposals on how to approach that project, went through that process, and are before you tonight to propose awarding the contract to Camp Incorporated at the price of $421,903 to replace that pipe with a sleeve-in trenchless project.
Great, thank you. Council, any discussion or motion on this item?
Go ahead,
I was wondering, Mr. Powell, if we approve this, do we have a timeline on this project? Will it be this winter, or?
Let me refer that question to Russ, our Public Works Director.
Yes, it will. It can work and proceed during the cold weather. So yes, it will begin
And could I ask how long does this kind of project take? Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it going to interfere with Santa Claus?
we don't know their exact schedule right now. I mean, they're a national company, so I'm not sure when we can actually get them in here, but the plan is to proceed and get it done this winter.
Okay, thank you.
Steve, I think the real question is on this is, there's an old saying that says the world needs ditch diggers. And with this project where they're going in and not trenching and just filling the pipe with a sleeve that's deteriorated, it seems like it's a good saving, and just technology moves forward to help us with our mission of the city. And so with that, I guess I'd move approval of Resolution 13153.
Second.
Thank you both. Any further discussion? All in favor of approval of 153, say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Mr. Pyle, 154.
Thank you, sir. This resolution would allow us to accept a quitclaim deed from the Utah Cambodian Community Buddhist Temple located in 3325 West and 3800 South. They recently came in for a building permit. And in that process, we discovered that the frontage of 3800 South adjacent to their property had never been deeded to the city, so we required that as part of the process.
Thank you. Any motions or questions on this one?
I'll move for approval of 13-154.
Second.
Okay, thank you both. Any additional comments? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Also unanimous. 155, Mr. Pyle.
Thank you, sir. This would allow us to proceed forward with an interlocal cooperative agreement between ourselves and Salt Lake County. There is a property located within the Metro Business Park property, if you're familiar with that. The park over there bordered roughly by Redwood Road and 201. And they have some property there which the county acquired at a tax sale and which is not being maintained. This can be a amenity to both the city and the business park, which should be maintained and be made more presentable. This includes a water feature as well as some landscaped area. So we're proposing that we take over that property. We can purchase it for the taxes due, which are in the amount of $446.03. And then we would do some upgrading to the pond and the landscaping, which would total almost $100,000. And then we would have an annual maintenance estimated at about $11,000. We as a staff are recommending that we go forward with this.
Okay, thank you. Council, what's your pleasure on this one?
Move for approval of Resolution 13155.
It fails for lack of a second.
Second.
Oh, whew. Okay, we do have a second. Any further discussion? Just a question, Mr. Pyle. Was in our study meeting when we discussed this last time. It seemed to be the wishes of the council that eventually we work on easing the maintenance of this back to a homeowner, or not homeowner association, but a business association there in the Metro Business Park. Is that still the plan of staff?
Yeah, we would love to be able to do that. I think that applying what we have in this particular situation across to the general situation of the city, you're going to see some of these as the city ages and as development ages that is in that time frame. we'll always look for creative ways to deal with that. In some of those cases, we would bring before you, and there would be good reasons for accepting that and keeping that. And some of them we would look for, and all of them, in fact, we always look for partners that would be willing to help us out with that and work with us on. And this is a case where if we could make that happen, we'd want to.
Great, thank you.
I would comment, Mayor, that if, I would have a harder time with this project. It just feels kind of like the county is dumping it on us, even though the price is cheap. And I was like, okay, now make this beautiful. But it wasn't on such a major corridor. There were people crossing the river. And where are we now? This is West Valley City. And is that why it looks good, or is that why it looks bad? And so
That's right.
that would cause me to lend my support to the motion.
Great. With that, I'll call the question. All in favor of approving 155, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that one is also unanimous. 156, Mr. Pyle.
Thank you, sir. This resolution would allow us to accept an award through the Zoo Arts and Parks, or the ZAP, funding program administered by the county for programming funding for the upcoming year at the Cultural Center. This would include educational programming, festivals, celebrations, gallery exhibitions, the normal type of programming that they conduct there. And this would be in the amount of $63,179.
Okay, thank you. Council, what's your pleasure on this one?
Mayor, move for approval of Resolution 13156.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion there? It's never controversial when someone's giving us money for a change, so you win some, you lose some with the county, right? All right, all in favor of this one, say aye.
Aye.
That also passes unanimously. 157, Mr. Pyle.
Thank you, sir. This resolution would allow us to award a contract to EDA Architects. They are the design firm that we would like to move forward with the parking structure at Fairborn Station with.
Okay, thank you. And again, we had a presentation in our study meeting on that and their high-quality work around the world, frankly. Any motions or discussion on this item, Council?
Mayor, I move approval of Resolution 13157.
Second?
Thank you both. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
That also appears to be unanimous. Any need for executive session this evening, Mr. Pyle, or
No, sir.
Council? Okay, then we come to item 11, which is to adjourn. But before I do so, I just want to make a note to the scouts or other spectators that we wear the hat as the city council, but we also wear the hat as a few other committees. And we have some very brief meetings in those capacities too. So we will now adjourn the city council portion of this evening's meetings.
Call to order the redevelopment agency meeting. We've had our opening ceremony and a roll call. Appears that we only have 2 items on the agenda, and that's to approve 2 sets of minutes, one from October 1st and one from October 22nd.
Mr. Chair, I'll move for approval of those minutes.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any changes or comments to the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
No communications or report?
No, sir. Thank you.
Then we'll adjourn this meeting.
I'd like to call to order the Housing Authority meeting. Note that we've had an opening ceremony and a roll call. All are present. We have the minutes from October 1st of 13. Any comments or motions?
Madam Chair, I move for approval of the minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Do we have any comments or reports?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, and we will adjourn.